Incidents of violence and disruption to the balloting process were observed by our delegates in Lagos, Benue, Rivers, and Nasarawa states. The delegation was informed of the loss of life as a result of election day violence. The mission deplores these losses and expresses its deepest condolences to the bereaved and to the Nigerian people. These actions and the impunity with which some electoral actors conducted themselves, including some polling agents and members of the military, undermine citizen confidence in elections and threaten the legitimacy of Nigeria's democracy. In the days leading up to the March 9 elections, many states still grappled with inconclusive candidate selection processes, uncertainty about parties to appear on the ballot, and pending litigation on these matters. The confusion generated by this uncertainty hampered effective campaigning and hence hindered voters' ability to make informed choices on election day. For the most part, political parties were unable to resolve disputes emanating from party primaries and candidate selection processes through internal mechanisms. As a result, many aggrieved individuals petitioned courts of law for redress, overtaxing INEC and the country's legal system. Something to think about as we go into issues of future electoral reform. Imo, Adamawa, and Akwa Ibom states. In this state, frustrations rose between party agents and among voters over campaigning in the polling unit. NDI-IR observers also reported in Benue that 4 polling officials were kidnapped as they traveled to the collation center, and that voting had to be rescheduled in at least 3 locations where violence occurred. The Civil Society Coalition Situation Room reported a total of 7 deaths by midday, in addition to several kidnappings in River State. These incidents and the fire in Akwa Ibom that destroyed smart card readers and voter registers for one LGA on March 8th reinforced the impression of concerted attempts to disrupt the election process in certain localities. Overt vote buying in the form of distribution of cash and food inside or near polling units was observed in Akwa Ibom State, Benue, FCT, and Imo. Notably, open voting in polling units in Akwa Ibom allowed party agents to see marked ballots and to direct voters to a location near the polling unit to receive payment. The rep for Benue confirmed an incident whereby large bags of cash were intercepted by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. The EFCC officials were subsequently attacked by party representatives. On the security services in the military, police and unarmed security officials, for the most part, conducted themselves with restraint and professionalism in polling units where IRI and NDI observed. However, our observers reported a heavy military presence in some areas, including near polling units, which heightened tensions and raised fears of imminent military intervention in the election process. Media and credible observer groups also reported that military disrupted the polls in some areas, including in River State, where soldiers deployed heavily around INEC's office.
Drawing upon lessons learned from the Not Too Young to Run campaign and the passage of the Discrimination Against Persons with Disabilities (Prohibition Act, create a broad-based coalition and aggressively champion coordinated advocacy efforts to increase the political participation of women. Enhance efforts to channel citizen priorities at the state and local levels to elected representatives and state-level party structures in an effort to promote more responsive and accountable governance. To security agencies, work with INEC to enforce the electoral law by investigating and prosecuting perpetrators of election-related criminal acts. Investigate and sanction security personnel who violate the rules of engagement on election day. Most importantly, the IRI-NDI delegation calls on the Nigerian people to claim, protect, and defend their democracy and respect the rights of fellow citizens to participate peacefully in the political process. Meaningful democratic progress can only be achieved if Nigerians continue to champion their civic duties and opportunities.